welcome to Old School. Cenk Uygur, Michael Schur, Ben Mankiewicz with you guys. Of course, as always, brought to you by shoptyt.com. Progressives versus everybody. That's what 2020 is all about.
I'm going to start by repeating a point I just made. These people aren't a sponsor. We'd love it if they were, because we all enjoy Jersey Mike's submarine sandwich.
Or in your case, a Jersey Mike's submarine sandwiches.
Sandwiches, that's right. It's just when I am in a place that I love and that offer such distinct, like every time I go to Bay Cities, it's the same thing. Like, do I get a Godmother or do I get the maple turkey or a pepper turkey? Any of the other kinds of turkey, right? Or do I get the tomato basil mozzarella sandwich? Right. By the way, the tuna at Bay Cities, as you might imagine, really excellent. So I can't get one sandwich at Bay Cities.
And you got a similar problem at Jersey Mike's.
Do you go cold and get the Italian, or do you get the steak and cheese, which is delicious?
I've never had the steak and cheese.
It's.
I mean, I know that
it is a top tier chain steak and cheese. It's as good as a chain steak and cheese can be.
So we try to get Jersey Mike's as a sponsor because of how much I love it, and they're like, no, we're good. We're doing coupons. So I don't know. I don't like.
What does that mean? We're doing coupons.
They are doing advertising from like 1955.
So that's their response.
Yeah, but back in the day, and I'm being unfair, and I don't remember. Of course, I don't know who at Jersey Mike's said that.
We're doing radio ads.
Yeah, but they're like using soccer stars to do like mailers or something, and I'm like, I don't, right?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Some folks you just can't get through to. But anyway, we love them nonetheless.
Shop TYT hasn't done that to us. They have not gone to coupons. They're consistently sponsoring us.
That's right.
So here you get to order your, and so I was like, well, I don't know what to do. It's probably gonna be sitting around, so I probably should get cold. And then I was like, no, I'll get the steak and cheese. And then I thought, what am I thinking? I'm not buying this. Get both. Problem solved.
Okay, so and I think
it's in response to when the order goes out for Old School, they now put a $20 limit on it because I probably abused it so often.
Yeah, that was definitely the mechanism.
Well, that's right. When you get eight orders of $2.95 dumplings.
That's right.
The
so now there's no way I'll ever order less than $20. I mean,
because of of course. Well, today, as a matter of fact, this is funny. I wasn't sure I was going to be on Old School, so I was here earlier doing John's show. It's called the Damage Report.
Yes.
And we so I was here, and I said to Asher, I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do Old School, but I want to order a sandwich just in case. And then I said, give it to Ben if I'm not there, right? Figuring Ben would have a second sandwich, would have been his third sandwich. Leah's like, no, put it in the fridge for me, and I'll have it tomorrow.
But then Leah did send me a text saying,
but then I showed up.
I'm putting the order out. She goes, are you sure you don't want? And I look, and it was Mike's. It was a glorious moment. But actually, it makes up for it because I got those things you're talking about, those little mini wontons from whatever the hell that place was.
Yeah.
Those things are so good. Yeah. They're $2.95 each. I only ordered 3. I left $11 on the table.
Right, you could have ordered 5 or 6.
Yeah, that is very unlike you, Ben. So I do want to talk about politics a little bit today, but I don't want to talk about it in the beginning. I want to talk about how old I am in terms of new technology and struggling with it. But I do want the thugs at shoptyt.com to know. I had your marijuana shirt and I had all those wonderful, the Ilhan Omar Too Strong shirt I did wear. The other 3 I was supposed to wear. But Edwin or Craig, you packed it up? Okay, got you, okay. Because they're, man, anyway, the folks at shoptyt.com.
Just drop them in, you're good, let's see them, let's go.
They're tough, okay. So you got this is not waste management with the fish that are with the plastic, you can't see it, it's okay. You got marijuana shirt, I didn't know they were in the studio. Edwin, you got me now in double trouble, okay? For putting them away and then saying that they're here, I'm gonna get a beating. Green New Deal, you know.
Where's the Ilhan shirt?
Ilhan's, that one I wore, so it's at home. Ilhan's shirt is awesome. It says Too Strong, it's like the design we're probably not supposed to do. Anyway, okay, so, all right. Google Hangouts. So now this is my pet peeve in life. We're doing meetings. I do a lot of meetings, and a lot of them are on the phone. And they're like, okay, this one is a Google Hangouts. Now at least 50% of the meetings are Google Hangouts.
So that means you don't call like a conference call number. You
dial into a Google Hangouts, but you don't dial in. You go through the link. except half the time the link doesn't work for some technical reason. Okay, like you're gonna show slides, so I actually get it. I get why you're doing it. Although a lot of people now are just doing Google Hangouts instead of the phone and not showing slides.
And just talking.
Just talking. But what I cannot abide is when you tell me, oh, it's easier than a call. No. See, it's first of all, it's impossible to be easier than a call.
Right.
We all know how to make a call. You put the numbers in, and then you press that little button at the bottom. Okay.
A push button phone was easier than a rotary phone, but
yeah,
a Google Hangout's not easier than a phone call.
Yeah, no, there's nothing easier than a phone call. See, there it is. Boom, Ben called me. Super easy.
Let's just show people how it works.
See, okay, and then it says Ben Mankiewicz.
Right.
And then I open it, and there's Ben. It's magic.
Unbelievable.
All right, so Jen, could you conference me in?
Okay, by the way,
Add call.
By the way, I can. I surprise a lot of people with that. So everybody knows I'm not good with tech, and sometimes in the office I'll conference someone in. They're like, "Who did that for you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" I did the plus button.
Yeah, literally in the upper right it says add call with a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, even right, it's like Jen.
Right, even Jen can do it, right? But Google Hangouts. So
I don't think I've done maybe one Google Hangout.
I've done one. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh,
I think
of course not.
Yeah.
I've done somewhere between 200 to 2,000.
Oh, is that
okay,
right? Yeah.
Like so because everybody's constantly doing it, and then they say like.
And so you can. So it's like you're all looking at you're talking, and you all have access to the same computer screen. Right.
Yeah, and you could, if you want, you could turn on video, and they could see you.
Do you ever think this is great?
It is. It actually, if you're using it and you're using it for the right purpose, and you're seeing the presentation without having to go into the office, it is great. Okay. Next week will be sponsored by Jersey Mike's and Google Hangout, but I wish. Anyway, but everybody's like, oh, it's super simple, and then you go to do it, and you're like, okay, they're like, come on, you just go to your schedule, right? I got a whole bunch of meetings put into my schedule, and you just hit the link, right? Except you know what's gonna happen.
Right.
It's not gonna work half the time. Yeah. So we figured out why it wasn't working on my phone. Apparently, you need to have your phone password protected for Google Hangouts to work. I'm like, how is that intuitive? How is that like, oh, come on, you didn't know you needed your phone password protected to use Google Hangouts?
And is it
like,
a little
no,
weird?
Don't tell it to me in that voice, okay? Because that's nobody knows that. And if you do know it, you're in the minority. Don't look at me like I got two.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at you like that's not right.
Oh, like that can't even be
It
right.
can't be true.
Yeah, it can't be true.
And then I'm thinking, how do they know your phone is password protected? If they do, that's weird. And also they don't. That can't be right. There's got to be.
It is right. When I do password protected, no problem. I hit the link, I'm there.
Really?
If I'm not password protected,
but I mean, aren't you always password protected, or not always password protected?
Nah, and so don't steal my goddamn phone, okay? But when I travel, I'm password protected because I want to be safe. Don't want to leave it somewhere.
Yeah, but at home,
but at home, I do a lot of calls on the drive, so it's more dangerous to have it password protected because you're looking down to put your thumb on it or put the numbers in.
You don't have FaceTime, facial recognition.
No, and while I'm driving, I'm not going to be like, "Do you recognize my face?"
The good thing about that is it's like, oh, I see, I got you. Like you don't.
Yeah, sure. Let me guess. It's easier than a call.
Well, it's certainly easier than punching the numbers in, even though I was hesitant to do it. But this is a brand new phone because my phone broke for some reason, so I had to restore all the dumb stuff you have to do. So that you do
So Ben, it's really easy though.
So when you set it up for the first time, you have to.
Oh yeah.
And then now. Oh, the other way. And then it's like,
I think you have to say.
And then, but God forbid, you do something like this, and they're like, first of all, they're like, hey Ben, what's going on? Take your glasses off. They're like, who the f are you? Right. Yeah.
To be fair to them, for you it is a big difference.
Yeah. All right, well, anyway.
Your phone was like, hey, you're Josh Mankiewicz.
That's right. And the facial ID in the morning is like, I don't think so, dude.
Does it?
It's like glasses, no glasses. They're like, I don't know what happened to you last night, man.
Does it really not work?
Yeah, you need to wash your face, fix your hair.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like having a mother.
Yeah, totally. It's right. Yeah.
I have that in real life. Like I was I told this maybe last week. I was at Nando's, the chicken place in DC, And when I'm walking around, I'm a mess, right? I look more like this than I do on the regular show, and I usually have a hat on, and I usually have stubble and stuff. And guy was like, "Hey, you watch Young Turks?" Got a Young Turks shirt on, and I'm like, "Kinda," right? and yeah, because without like. When I have the stubble and the glasses and the baseball cap on, even my phone can't recognize me.
Right, yeah. Right, you're
Is
right.
Nando's the place that Edwin goes when he flies across the country?
In fact, I was walking past it, and I walked past it, and I was like, wait a minute. And I called Edwin. I was like, is Nando's the place you go? And he's like, yeah. And I turned right back around, and I went in.
So this is a chicken place in DC? I don't even know.
It's not just chicken. Edwin, when I first met Edwin, he had just flown for the day to go get chicken there. I mean, he worked in the airline business, and that was part
From
of
Los Angeles, he flew to Washington, D.C.
Oh, you don't know the
chicken.
story? Yeah.
Yeah.
Edwin's our stage manager, although today he's just a visitor because Craig is stage managing and Edwin's hanging out because it's old school. We're having fun, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Edwin single-handedly made Nando's legendary because he flew across the country to have it for lunch.
Yeah.
How do these guys not sponsor us?
I know, right? Jesus Christ! All we have is the thugs at shoptyt.com.
Right.
How are we not getting
a guy flying 2,800 miles for a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, well, yeah, more rotisserie chicken kind of.
Oh, all right, well, that makes sense.
There you go. All right, I have one other non-political conversation that I wanted to have. Somebody in my neighborhood, as I jogged by, she was sweeping the sidewalk, and I thought,
no one looks less like they jog when you tell a jogging story.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, look, I've said this on the show a bunch of times, and it still happens
Like it feels like
to this day.
feels like it's a metaphor for you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Right. I didn't hear a thing after since you said jog by. I was like, stop.
Is that Turkish? It's like it's spelled with a C.
Right. Jog.
Most people said cog. Most people said cogged by. Yeah.
Okay, so I was cogging by her, which is definitely not jogging. But it is easier than making a phone call. And so, God damn it, nothing is easier than making a phone call. How could anybody say that?
Right.
Anyway, so I'm jogging by and somebody is sweeping the sidewalk in front of her home, and I thought the amount of things you have to run out of to go and sweep the sidewalk in front of your house.
You mean how clean
your
must your house be?
Or your to-do list.
Like she has obliterated her to-do list. I mean, it went several thousand deep, and she's like, all right, sweeping the sidewalk. That's the last thing on here. Like, I almost feel like she was getting prepared for okay, it's not gonna be long now. So let me just sweep it and then I'm done.
All right, so I'm gonna demonstrate here. I don't know if people, I guess they won't be able to see, but yeah, that wide shot will work. So this is our Michael and I's phones. This is the sidewalk, right? And here's the street is over here, right? And this is your house, right?
Yeah.
This is your home. Here, we'll make it look like a home. There, now it looks like a home. So, so this is your home. This is your yard. This is the sidewalk, right? And then here's the street. But what about the little part after the sidewalk, before the street, that is also like a mini yard? It's like a yard for insects, right? It's like a foot wide, and it runs the whole block,
familiar with it,
right? And
do you live in Iowa?
no, is that yours?
It is.
Yeah, it is yours.
It is yours?
It's yours.
But the sidewalk is not yours.
It's not yours.
Yeah.
So your property is broken up because some people manipulate this in some garden, right? They put stuff there and it looks nice. And I always wonder, is it because it's theirs, or are they just like being like, hey man, it's in front of my house, I'm gonna make it look like my house. But that is actually yours.
That's yours.
Yeah,
that's yours.
Yeah, I like how Ben just described gardening. Some people manipulate that area. They manipulate it with vegetation, flowers.
Yeah, dirt. There seems to be some dirt sometimes in there. Yeah.
No, I know that it's part of your house because I had to mow the lawn on that part of my house.
What's it called? It's not called the mini yard.
Oh, we should come up with a name. It's called the what?
The taint.
Oh.
Sorry.
I believe that's a word for something else.
But yeah, what is it? It should have a name.
It should have a name.
I'm sure it probably does have
it. It probably does, but it's probably not as good as the name we're about to come up with.
That's true, yeah, because I don't have one, but on the streets around me have it. So I'm always walking on, I'm always trying to get the dog to go to the bathroom on the date.
Right.
Yeah. Well, their dogs are good at that.
To get the dogs to go to the bathroom on the mini yard.
How about
It's called what?
Road verge.
Road verge.
No, we can do better.
Yeah, we can do better. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
No,
it is
it's
on the
not.
verge of the road, to be fair. But I was thinking
That was the 70s word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this is any better, but lawn skirt. I don't know why.
Better. It's better.
Lawn skirt's better than road verge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Road skirt, even yard skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yard skirt, lawn skirt. Yeah.
Path
Oh,
patch.
you said- yeah,
The path patch in front of your house.
The path patch.
Path patch.
Yeah.
The path patch right there.
Yeah.
You have to sell it. You can't just say, oh, maybe it's.
But like, if your yard
there's
is
the path patch.
green, like that could be the bunker. You know.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's
you
right.
know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
we're
we're
gonna
working on it.
We're gonna work on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right.
By
So
the way, none of us play golf. I just want to point that out. Yeah, just lest you think it's a
You
couple
know what's funny? I drove by Rancho Park, which is the par 3 that we've all played together at some point.
and never didn't have a great time.
And never didn't have a great time. And it was today, and I was wondering why did we never do that?
you know what they did there? They put like this new thing that I had never heard of. It's soccer golf. Have you guys heard of this?
Yeah, I have heard of soccer.
Yeah, I don't know if it's called soccer
it's not
golf.
called-
It might be called a lawn skirt, but golf verge. Okay, but they put a bigger hole next to the green, and you kick the ball, and you count how many times you have to kick it before you get it into the hole. Okay, and so I played it with my kids.
Right, it's like for kids.
Yeah, and they're getting really good. They got it in there in like 78 or under in each hole.
Right, that's great. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and that was not at all frustrating.
I'm sure it sounds
Right,
good. Yeah.
playing it with a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old as they dribble the ball in that direction while you're trying to play golf next to them.
You were playing real golf.
I was playing real golf and they were playing.
I mean, our
golf
version of real
verge.
golf, which is because we all love par 3s because we get those holes of 300, 400, 500 yards. It's too daunting.
It's too daunting. And it
takes too many shots.
It takes too long.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
But a par 3, like you're always like, hey, it's only 85 yards away.
Yeah,
This I can handle.
Right.
yeah. I could get the ball there and I could walk there and not be exhausted. That's right.
There's
Like,
that
have
too.
you ever played real golf? I've only played real golf like 2, maximum 3 times in my life.
Yeah, very tiring.
Yeah, 13.
They have carts though. That's
Yeah.
No, golf should be real golf. The long golf should be 14 holes. You play the front 7, you take a break, you play the back 7.
Yeah, I did. On the 18 is a little unreasonable.
I'd call the bar the 15th hole.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, that's
great.
good
Yeah.
thinking.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for a lot of people, the 15th hole is the bar. Okay? When they get there,
There's that, yeah.
Right, but no. By the time I hit the 13th hole, I'm exhausted because I didn't get the card. I'm too cheap. I play in some public course. Whenever I played, like 15, 20, 25, and it takes us 30 years ago. Whenever I did it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize, man, I'm sweating up a storm. It's Jersey humid. I haven't had my Jersey mics yet, right? And I'm like, when is this lawn skirt going to be over, right? It just goes on and on. And so, yes, we're all agreed. Golf should be 14 holes.
Right.
The soccer thing is a good idea. I don't know if it should be next to the pitch and putt,
Part of
though.
it.
No,
Yeah.
but we should do that again.
We should
because
do the pitch and putt.
the pitch and putt thing
that
is
was fun.
Or do you guys want to do the soccer version?
Yeah, let's do the soccer.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds like so much fun. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, somebody freaked me out the other day because I like Terranea. It's a resort in Palos Verdes.
Yes.
But Lee and I had a brief little story. My wife and I, we were going to go to Philadelphia for like 46 hours to see Fleetwood Mac. Right, it was like
What are you, Edwin?
and we're going to drive down to DC and we're going to get some chicken. Right, and and to do it, it was great. We had to fly to JFK because I had to fly Delta because we were going to use miles for this, and we got like I must say this was a nice little privilege here. We got some free tickets to Fleetwood Mac, right?
Okay.
And I was like, and we're going to use and then stay in a hotel at JFK, drive or take the train to Philly. See the concert in Philly, stay in Philly, drive back the next morning to JFK, fly home. Like, let's just do this. We've never seen them. We both like them. Let's do this. And then we got a tip a couple of days before the concert that might be canceled. And then
Really?
a second tip like 2 hours before flight time that the concert was canceled, and so we went to Terranea, and it felt like we'd cheated death.
Right.
Was it in fact canceled?
Yeah, it was totally canceled. And then we were like, oh, what if please be canceled, please ruin it for everyone else too. You know? Yeah. And thank God everyone was disappointed.
Right.
Not just us.
Well, I went to a Fleetwood Mac concert, the only one I've ever been to, and I was disappointed anyways, because I was at the concert. They actually didn't cancel, so it was terrible.
And this is a bit shocking, but if you said to me, I will give you not just 20, I'll give you $100 if you can name a Fleetwood Mac song.
That's like it's a version of the Jank Trap.
Yeah.
Name a Fleetwood Mac song.
I think you could.
No, it sounds like you couldn't.
No,
sounds like you couldn't. But you know Fleetwood Mac songs, you just don't know it's their song.
Yeah, if you said, hey, that's a Fleetwood Mac song, I'd be like, yeah, I know that song. Right. But
don't. Stop.
Believing.
Nope.
Okay. I thought I had it.
Don't stop thinking
about
tomorrow.
Yay! Anyway, it'll soon be here.
What's that?
Just finishing it.
So, Terranea, somebody spread a rumor that that Trump owns it, and so
I heard the same rumor.
Yeah, and so we looked it up, and I don't think it's true. It's just next to a Trump property.
That's right. It's next to it. In fact, when I said to go to Terranea, Lee said we can't go. Trump owns it.
Yeah, and I think people have canceled significantly large conferences at Terranea because they think Trump owns it. And so it's a really beautiful resort. They'll be sponsoring us next week. No, they won't. Nobody will ever sponsor us except the thugs at shoptyt.com.
Right.
But anyway,
it's super high end.
Super high end, but I like to drive there and take advantage of their property without paying for it.
Yeah, you spend like the day, you'll spend 12 hours there.
Yeah, I'll have lunch though. To be fair, I'll have lunch. Yeah. Okay. So in a sense, I've paid for
it.
Do
you park? Do you pay for parking, or do you just wander?
No, if you park during the day, you can park before you get to the gate. I did that on this trip, and then we walked in, and they were like, "They'll tow your car overnight." And you know, because it's like $41 a day to park. So
it's ridiculous.
And all we were trying to do was like I was using American Express point. I was doing everything I could not to spend money.
Okay, now you guys know me well enough, not just you guys, but the audience. You think I'm paying $41 for parking?
Inconceivable. Yeah. But we were trapped. We're staying there 2 nights.
Yeah. So
you could park in town and Uber for less.
You could totally. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so I by hook or by crook, I'm going to find free parking, and I have. There's a little loophole that I use, and I don't want to give it away.
You'll tell me after.
Okay. But when I thought it was Trump's property, when I thought it was Trump's property, I was like, I was like, that loophole has saved me hundreds of dollars. What now, Trump? Right?
But you still bought lunch.
Yeah, I know. No, you know why I knew the rumor was untrue? Because it's kind of a classy place and it has really good food and it's well managed. I was like, there ain't no Trump property.
It's not gaudy. It's sort of.
It's not. Yeah, it's not Saudi gaudy. So it's definitely not Trump.
So 2 things. One, so we get with the American Express through the little thing, we got you get free breakfast, right?
Yeah.
So one time Lee was like, you go to breakfast. I don't want to go to breakfast. And I was like, I don't think you understand.
It's a free breakfast?
It's a free breakfast. You're coming.
Yeah, you have fiduciary responsibility.
And then they also give you $100 worth of food credit. Right.
Who does this?
Terranea, if you book it with your
Maybe they
Express.
are managed by Trump.
Yeah.
They're going to go bankrupt.
So we ordered a room service dinner our first day. Would you care to guess as to the price of that meal?
$8.21.
$99.92.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
Ben spent like 48 minutes
trying to figure out how to do it. Yeah. And he's like, oh, there's a charge for the room. Bet the potatoes lyonnaise.
Well, we are Americans. We do like free stuff.
Yeah, we like
there's nothing better than free stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, that place is a gorgeous par 3. And Terranea does.
Yeah, we should have.
Well, that's where we could do that one. We can do a tour.
Right.
Yeah. I'm proud though that I did go to the Trump property and got kicked off of it.
No, nice.
Yeah, because
when he was president or prior?
No, when he was president. So because it's close to that, and I'm on the phone. On Saturdays I do calls all day, so it doesn't matter. I could just wander anywhere I want. Right? I'm just having fun while I'm talking to people one after another, and then so I'm at Tyranny. I had fun. I go to, and I'm like, that Trump thing's up there. Let me see. Let's see if I could piss on the greens or something. Okay. Kidding. I wouldn't do that. Probably. So anyway, so I went up there and I'm wandering around and the greens are right in front of you. So it's like, well, it's kind of nice here. So I started walking on the greens. There wasn't anybody around. And I'm on the phone and I'm walking around like I own the fucking
You're walking
place,
on the golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's frowned upon.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was frowned upon.
Yeah, right.
And somebody came by and escorted me off the premises.
They actually escorted you. They didn't say, hey, you're.
Like, hey guys, and he was like this, and I'm like, I'm on the phone. Like, hey, I'll be there with you in a second.
I'm in a Google Hangout.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how much trouble it was to get in here.
Don't worry, you can have my phone. That's password protected. So, anyway, no, he was like, yeah, of course you can't be here, and I was like, yeah, no, I hear you, and he's like, no, you don't. Like,
Right.
we really.
You got it.
We got to walk off right now, okay? And I was like, okay, all right, okay. Your president's a dick. Anyway, okay. Speaking of which, let's do politics.
Today I ran in. There's an etiquette thing here, I think, or a protocol. I ran into the ex-girlfriend of a friend of mine, who we were at a work thing, and she came up to me. And she said, hey, Michael, it's, says her name. And then I give her a hug. I said, oh my God, how are you? I mean, she broke the heart of my friend, but she was always nice to me. And she said, oh my God, I got a hug. I thought you'd spill a drink on me. I was like,
really?
Yeah. But you hugged that person, right? I mean, if you haven't seen it, close friends, girlfriend, you know them. You probably do too. But I still, she was so surprised by it, it made me uncomfortable.
Wait. So first of all, you didn't Biden her or anything.
I didn't Biden her, but I was at a Biden event.
Look,
So.
people, again, I mean, it depends on like, was she evil, duplicitous, or just broke up with him and
Broke up with him,
hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
This is very important. I do this trial stuff now with my kids. They love it. Like, so me and Pro had a contest to jump into the pool when we were staying at the resort. Also, by the way, free. The last couple of days, and he reached out with his hand, but it was a jumping contest, and we had this whole debate as to whether he beat me or not because his hand was further than my foot, and so we conducted a trial, and I was like, the plaintiffs call Prometheus Maximus Huger to the stand. You sort of tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. They're giggling like crazy. They're like, yes, I do. I do. Sort of tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And then Wendy, my wife, is the judge, and Joy can't wait to be a witness. And I've got to object when they speak out of order. It's a ton of fun. So we could do that with this one day, but no. So
But she just made me feel badly, like
you had somehow betrayed your friend.
That I betrayed my friend, or that I was bad to her. I don't know. It was just weird.
So if you were in the Huger court, what I would ask you is, who initiated the hug?
I initiated the hug.
I see. Okay.
Murmurs through the courtroom.
But I initiated the hug, and that's what prompted her to say, wow, I get a hug. I didn't think I'd even get a hello or something like that.
I already don't like this person.
Yeah, well, you didn't like her then either.
Well, no, the fact that she brought it up made it doubly weird.
Yeah, it
made it awkward for no reason.
Very self.
Yeah. No, unless, I'm with Ben. So let's lay down a rule. Unless the person did something actively malicious.
Right.
Nothing wrong with the hug.
Relationships.
You knew her. You knew her. You were friends.
Right.
She didn't gut punch you.
No.
Right.
No. Definitely not. Yeah. So I'm right. I'm with you guys.
Yeah. No, nothing wrong with that.
Now I'd never hug her again.
Yeah.
So I always wonder when in courtroom scenes or in other scenes where shock is expressed by the audience in a television show or a movie.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me that what the director should say is, because if you're in court and a witness gets on the stand and goes, no, I know Michael couldn't have committed the crime, and how do you know Michael couldn't have committed the crime? because I committed the crime. Right? You'd have that reaction. Thank you for taking forever to bring the camera to me. So then you guys go, but I guess a bunch of people making that noise creates or talking because you go, oh my God, I can't believe it, right? But it seems like the direction is go like this. Instead of, oh God, I can't believe he said that. It's shocking that he said that. And you want 150 people saying that to create that. But I feel like people are really saying that.
Yeah, so I was in a scene like that. But I don't remember what they told us. I was in the contact scene with the giant Senate hearings, and there was plenty of,
of course, political hearings more than courtrooms and movies. That has the.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Mel Brooks in History of the World, he said, grown disapproval, grown disapproval, grown disapproval.
That's right.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Harumph, harumph, harumph. Harumph, harumph.
All right, so YouTube folks, much love.
That was History of the World Part 2.
Yeah, it was the second one.
Yeah, tyt.com/join to get the whole old school podcast. If you are listening to the podcast, we're gonna obviously continue. Make sure you rate the podcast, tell your friends about it, etc. Okay, we are growing. All right, thanks for watching this free clip of Old School. Don't forget to become a TYT member today for the rest of the show and for more exclusive content throughout the network. Join now at tyt.com/join.
We found television's best